This was a law passed by Parliament before these presidential elections that would ban any former top regime official who served under Hosni Mubarak's regime over the past 10 years from running in the presidential race. Now, initially, this was approved by Egypt's ruling military council as well as the Parliament, and Ahmed Shafiq was disqualified. But he appealed, and the Presidential Elections Commission allowed him back into the race 24 hours later and referred the case to the Supreme Constitutional Court. Now, his lawyers are expected to argue that this is a law that specifically targets him and is therefore unconstitutional. And of course, this is a very controversial issue, coming as it does just 2 days before the presidential elections. And I don't know if you can see behind me, but the security here is incredibly tight. We have armoured personnel carriers, army and police all cordoning off the area, and some of the roads in the area are closed. And that's because a lot of the revolutionary protesters say they're going to come and demonstrate here to make sure that Ahmed Shafiq is out of the race.
Well, yes, because this is, of course, is all adding to the tensions in the lead up to that vote. What are the possible scenarios, the outcomes?
Well, it seems there are three possible scenarios if Ahmed Shafiq is disqualified. The first one would be a national referendum on Mohamed Morsi. He's the man who he's facing in this runoff at this weekend to see if people would accept him as the president. Another one is that Hamdin Sabahi, the man who came in third in the first round, he could take his place and be in the runoff against Mohamed Morsi. But the most likely scenario, and this is what the Elections Commission think might happen, is these elections would have to be rerun again from scratch with all 12 candidates. And also that may be happening too for the parliamentary elections. The court here is due to decide today whether those parliamentary elections that brought us an Islamist-dominated parliament were constitutional or not, because they were run on the basis of 2/3 of the seats were allocated to parties and 1/3 was allocated to individuals. But in that 1/3, party members were also allowed to run. So this case has been brought against that decision, and they're saying that those parliamentary elections were unconstitutional too. So it looks by the end of the day, we may have the parliament dissolved if that's what the court decides. And there is also this controversy over the presidential elections here too.